G'day YouTube. I just wanted to do a quick follow-up video on the Kyosho Inferno Neo 2.0. I've raced this car for about 5 or 6 months and just wanted to give my feedback on how it went. Now, I'd really like to say that it was a great time and it was a fantastic product and that there was no major issues. Fortunately, I can't say that. There was a few things that did wear out prematurely and rather quickly that I was quite disappointed about, and some other things that I thought should have lasted just a bit longer that really didn't make it. As you can see, here's some footage of some of the early race meetings I was doing with the car. It's kind of hard to see it on film, but it is in there racing against buggies that the other car's engines alone are worth more than what this whole car, motor, radio package deal is worth to buy. So going on that consensus, it did do all right. It could compete with cars. Just be aware that there was a fair bit of extra money spent to get it to the level where it could compete with the other cars. Nothing majorly expensive, but I'll get to that in a little while about some of the parts that were needed to get it up to racing spec. Just so you're aware, if you do intend on racing one of these, that there will be some extra expenses to really get it up there and competing. But overall, on the racetrack, the handling was good. It just needed fine tuning as any car will, mainly with shock and dip oils and some different shock springs. And after that, it did handle a lot better. But then with the high rate of parts wearing out, it brought it back to square one, where all of a sudden it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Now, some of the parts that wore out early were the throttle servo, which died on the first race meeting. It was very unusual. The front shock tower bent after the first big collision upside down, bent like a pretzel. And the radio unsynced itself on the first day. So bring your manual if you're not sure how to resync it, because it is a slightly different process than other radios. These are some of the option parts that I put on it: steel spur gear, sway bars, and the better front shock tower. With these parts, it made it compete on the track. So that's about it for the review. As I said, I would have liked to have been a bit better. Some of the parts are soft and weak. All the hinge pins basically bent after a couple of months. The rear diff gear did strip out after a few race meetings. These are all parts that I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't last longer. But any of these 1/8 cars, you will get parts that will wear out. So in conclusion, if you're thinking of racing, I'd seriously consider spending a few extra $100 at the start and getting a better car or something just a bit stronger that will last longer. But if it's your first car, or you just want something to take down the park and run around with some friends and family, this would be quite a good deal, as the engine is easy to tune.